Oh my gosh, everyone. Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1 trailer has been released today, as of scripting and most likely recording as well. I want to release this on the same day as the trailer, but I am not a supercomputer, which is why uploads haven't been as recent as I would hope. But I'll at least have 2 more uploads before Season 6 Part 1 comes out, and one of those videos are already scripted and will most likely be recorded on the same day. But I am wasting too much of your time. Let's get into this breakdown. The first thing we see is Terry Silver getting arrested before we cut to the Miyagi-Do dojo. I'm not sure what's going on in this scene, but if I had to guess, I think the dojo has found a name for themselves and they are telling the Saikai Taikai administrators. The next thing we see are construction workers cleaning out the Cobra Kai dojo and throwing out the logo. Now we see Hawk and Dimitri go to school and they dab up Big Red and Edwin, who are out of Cobra Kai. Then we get to my favorite part of the trailer. Robbie, Sam, Tori, and Miguel walking in school. And seeing all of them just hang out like this is crazy. We would never expect to see this in Season 2 or Season 3. And just knowing the chemistry of the 4 of these guys, Offset, I know they love filming these scenes with all 4 of them together like this. Now we see Chosen looking at a newspaper of John Kreese and Terry Silver arrested. Okay, so I didn't get this right. I thought that the newspaper would be like, oh, Kreese escaped prison. But instead, I think Kreese's escape will be a big reveal to everyone in Miyagi-Do. Now we see all of the students, including Kenny, bow down to Johnny, Chosen, and Daniel. And this is just amazing. I wonder how Kenny gets to this point, and I wonder how Kenny and Anthony settles their beef. But I do got one question. Where the hell is Sean? I hope he doesn't just appear in episode 1, but I guess it would make sense. They wouldn't land all the big names to Miyagi-Do. But like, why not Sean though? He was able to beat a Season 3 Robbie without Cobra Kai. I would believe that if Sean is an overprotective brother, he'll join the dojo alongside Kenny to protect him. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Now we get to see Robbie training with Hawk and Dimitri. And Hawk has a new mohawk that now looks like an American flag. And I like it because remember, in Season 1, he had blue. In Season 2 to 3, he had red. Season 4, he temporarily had purple. And in Season 5, he had green or blue in the finale. Now this is important because I think it symbolizes, instead of being one style or trying to blend styles, he's found an even balance with both styles, which is why he has both colors and has white, because white also symbolizes balance in some cases. And now we also see Tori and Sam training in the background, and while looking, I saw someone with a different gi, and I've been trying to find out who this is, and I might be going crazy, but do you guys think that this is Mike Barnes? Because if I'm not going crazy, he does look like Mike Barnes. Because yeah, it's blurred out, but come on, that's Mike Barnes' face. I think that's Mike Barnes. Then we see Johnny and Devin, who is happy about something. Then we see Miguel and Robbie get ready for a spar, and Daniel and Johnny shakes hands before we see Sam versus Tori in a training session. Then we see a shot from the last trailer. Now at the pawn shop, we see the return of the shop guy, and Johnny buys a gnat. And I think Johnny bought this to make changes to Miyagi-Do, like the students did in Season 4. After that, we see Carmen and Amanda, and they are holding red and blue cups. And I think they have the cups to do the gender reveal of Carmen and Johnny's baby. And I hope it's a girl. And Daniel asks, what can possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Then we see a shot from the old trailer, but extended a bit, of Chosen chopping wood. Then we see Johnny using a pitching machine to throw beer bottles at the 4 on the floating wheel, and Miguel and Robbie dodges as Sam falls into the water. It's funny because in Daniel's training in Season 4, Miguel fell into the water, and with Johnny's training here, Sam fell into the water. And the next thing we see is Daniel telling Johnny to not jeopardize the balance they have created. And I think
our strength is we teach both styles equally. Don't jeopardize that balance.
this is because Johnny is training more harshly with the students, as we saw the axe earlier, and then the pitching machine with the beer bottle. The next thing we see is Dimitri go up to do something, and Kenny and Hawk looks at him, and oh my gosh, seeing this is crazy. I cannot wait to see the first part of the season, because I want to know how all of this happens. But why do one of them in the background looks like Miguel? Anyways, we see Johnny and Daniel talk more, and Tori kicks a dummy, breaking a part of a wall of Miyagi-Do, which is probably why Johnny brought an axe to cut Tori's legs off. Okay, I'm joking. I think it's to expand Miyagi-Do, and we see Daniel tell Johnny they don't know what they're up against. And I believe Daniel's trying to take over training again, but I think this conflict will be solved without fighting.
Since we have no idea what we're up against.
Now we see Kim's dojo in Korea, and we are seeing a spotlight on this new student, with Kreese talking in the background. And speaking of him, he also appears, looking at the new student. Now at school, we see Miguel and Sam talking at the cafeteria, and I think Sam is saying to Miguel that he might not have to beat Robbie in the finals to be the best in the world, because Miguel says he has to beat Robbie again. And because Miguel's mind isn't correct here, because Miguel is just thinking it's him versus Robbie. So what if before the finals, Miguel loses to this Kim student and Robbie has to fight him in the finals and win?
One thing to be the best in town, it's another to be the best in the world.
Now we see Robbie versus Miguel.
Just means I'm gonna have to beat Robbie again.
A bit before, we see Devin and Johnny go out of the LaRusso house, and we see Tori and Sam arguing. And oh my gosh, what if my theory is true and Tori's mom actually died and she has to fight for custody of her brother, which is why they're having this fight? Maybe Tori is trying to leave for that reason.
I thought you were Miyagi-Do now.
You think things are better because now I'm training in your dad's backyard?
Now we see a huge sparring match between the main students. I think this is like a Coyote Creek 2.0 basically, because they have these bands around their waist. I think this is kind of a capture the flag kind of training, and Johnny says that he thinks that they can handle anything.
We have our strongest team. I think they can handle anything.
And for the last thing in the trailer, we see someone trying to punch none other than Kyler, who blocks and says to them they don't know that he knows karate and punches them. And this just reminds me of season 1, when Miguel basically did the same thing to Kyler, which is kind of funny.
Don't you know I know karate?
Now all the Miyagi-Do students are happy about something, and Daniel is kind of surprised. And I think this is because Johnny or someone shows the students the new Miyagi-Do gi, because if you saw the trailer for Hawk, he shows the new gi, and Daniel probably has this reaction because he doesn't know how he feels about the gi being changed to include an eagle. Now we see Hawk battling some of the guys Kyler was, and we see Johnny getting mad at Daniel, probably because he is saying that he knows what's best again. But I don't think this will lead into another fight or a split up, because we are far away from season 4. There is no reason to go back. Then we see Miguel punch the ball from the pitching machine, and we see Sam and Tori have a pillow fight, which is just cute. And we see pink decorations in the background, so I think that symbolizes that Johnny and Carmen's child will be a girl. And this scene is just cute because they're like sisters. And actually, that might be the case if Daniel decides to adopt Tori, because why else will there be a pillow fight if Daniel doesn't try to take care of Tori and give her a place to stay while the stuff of her mother is going on? Or maybe everyone is living at Miyagi-Do now, because we did see Devin and Johnny earlier, but after that we see the new student kicking 2 other students from Kim's dojo, before we see one final scene where Daniel finds a secret tile in the Miyagi-Do floor, with Amanda and Chosen behind him. And Chosen says Miyagi-san hid secrets for a reason, and he tells Daniel to open it, which he does, ending the trailer.
What's that?
Miyagi-san buried secrets for a reason. If we open, anything is possible.
And oh my god, this is the best thing ever. I cannot wait for the new season, and I probably won't get a review of it up right away because I plan to watch it with a family member of mine, and I won't have my PC at the time, so I'll probably have to do the scripting, recording, and editing on my phone, and I know that'll be difficult. But yeah, let me know down below what you thought of the trailer, and like and subscribe for more videos. And with all of that said, I'll see you all in the next one, and remember, a good defense is the best offense.